Hello again, folks, TaterCat here. Today I will be reviewing Trigun Maximum Volume 8 by Yasuhiro Nightow. Volume 8 starts shortly after the encounter between Vash and Knives at the end of Volume 7. Vash is currently being held captive on Elendira's airship called the Ark. So he's being held prisoner by Knives, and has Legato basically being his warden, just positioned there to keep him in place the entire time. And while that's going on, the Ark is flying about, sucking up every single plant that they come across in any of the cities. Wolfwood, unfortunately, is stuck having to actually work, do Knives' bidding, and going and just killing anybody who's in the way, along with Livio and the old guy in the wheelchair. We do learn that Vash has been gone for 7 months, and during that 7 months, Millie and Meryl have actually been working with Luida, who is... Luida? Yeah, Luida. Who is the leader lady from the city, that one ship in the sky, where Brad and all of them live. And they're trying to devise a way to get Vash out of there, because honestly the only person who can stand up to Knives, especially at this point, is Vash. So they kind of have to make a hit and run style of trying to get him out. And at one point too, Wolfwood just says, you know what, fuck this. And during the chaos, helps try to break Vash out. So obviously, since all of the plants are being taken away and are all kind of becoming this giant amalgamation on the ship, the cities where the plants are gone are not doing well. The people are just... The world's fallen into chaos because without the plants, legit, everybody is fucking dying. Vash does kind of point out the ridiculousness of what Knives is doing, because the only reason they're on this planet and the only reason why they have to rely so heavily on the plants anyway is because Knives caused them to crash land on this fucking planet in the first place. So this situation where he's pissed off at the humans for having to rely on the plants so hard is his own fault. But he's going after... He's taken all the plants to, quote, save them, and letting all of the humans die and saying, well, it's the humans' fault. Knives, shut the fuck up. But Knives is very much a megalomaniac, and grabbing all of the plants are just making him stronger because he can tap into their power too. But things may not be going as well as Knives thinks with gathering all of the plants and essentially having them fuse with him. It is having unforeseen consequences. So I will leave that to your imagination. There's a short little story at the end of it that just follows Wolfwood, where he encounters somebody from his past in a good way. He's mentioned the orphanage that he was raised in several times, and it's a girl that basically she was a baby, and the women who worked at the orphanage were like, she doesn't cry when you're holding her, so, like, help? And then she got adopted, and he never saw her again until this story starts. So it's just the situation that she's in. The family that she got adopted into own a plant, but the plant got sick, with quotes, because it's hard to explain the health of plants anyway, and they had to take out a bunch of money to keep it from dying. And unfortunately, the dude was a loan shark, so now she can either give up the plant because her grandfather died. She can give up the plant, or she can marry the loan shark. That's the situation that she's in. Because her and Wolfwood are talking, and there's a bird that flies by the window. She goes, how does the world look when you're able to decide your own destiny? Because she feels like she's kind of just being pushed along. And with the same bird, he says, stop it, look over there. That bird, it's in terrible shape. If you could look deep into its heart, you would find that all it wants is a safe place to sleep, a sufficient amount of food, and a peaceful life. How much more it would envy your luxurious cage. Because she kind of also is like Wolfwood's drifter, and she's, I guess, is kind of envious of him being able to just leave and do whatever the hell he wants. But yeah, it's one of those the grass is always greener kind of stories. Or at least that's the lesson she kind of learns at the end of it. I'll give this one an 8 out of 10. It's not quite one of my favorites. We do learn a little bit more about, like, Wolfwood, because I don't think we know much about him, honestly. Or the I Am Michael and all of that. And the chaos of what's going on with knives abducting the plants. It's still a good one. It is, obviously. All of Trigun is good. But it's basically... it's leading into more chaos. Like, more interesting, I guess, chaos. I don't know. It's a lot of just showing the world going to shit. Because that's what's going on. I'll be moving on to Volume 9. Like, subscribe, and all that noise. I'll see you in the next one, folks. Later.